been buying these recently released NFTs, and we're going to tell you why. Hi, my name is Philip Kalinko. Next to me is Morland Mount, and together we bring you the NFT show.
What's up? How you doing?
Good and you, man. Do you notice something
Good.
different?
I do. There's something over your head. A light bulb went off.
Cool, hey?
It is cool. I love it. I love it.
Nice, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I like it.
You're gonna have to like get a light outside of the room so that people know you're
Yeah.
live as well, like an actual studio.
Yeah, you know what I've actually got? I've got a do not disturb sign. You know, like when you go to a hotel.
Yeah, yeah.
So we supply hotels and whatever with all their whatever soaps and towels, and so we do those door things. The green is please make the room, and the red is a do not disturb. So I've got that on the back of the door. Not
Perfect.
that anyone in the family doesn't know what we're doing. Shanana, welcome. Yes, on here. Cool, man. I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it. All right, guys, we got a lot to bring you, so let's jump straight into it. The first project we've got over here is Tubby Cats. Okay, so Tubby Cats, let's have a look at the art to start, and then we'll look at the activity. It minted for zero point 0.1, currently sitting at a 0.33 floor, which is actually quite low. One of the nice things about this, I hate OpenSea when it doesn't load. One of the nice things about this, the really nice things, is that the traits are so different that honestly you can scroll this page forever and you are not going to see two that look anything similar to each other. OpenSea. It bugs
It's been
me.
slow all day.
Yeah.
It's been
Started
rough
last
all day.
night.
Yeah.
Started last night doing this, and it's very, very irritating. But take my word for it, or do it on your own side. The links will be in the description. Scroll, keep scrolling. None of them look similar. So that's one nice thing about it. So the art, whether it's your type of art or not, is very subjective. That's up to you. But it definitely has a lot of traits, and you're not going to see duplicates. The one of the negative things about it is definitely the collection size, 20,000. With that said, you've got just under 50% ownership, which is not the best, but it's definitely not terrible. But always with a 20,000 collection size, it just takes that much more to move it. But from 0.1 to 0.34 is definitely not bad, and they were quite a lot higher. You can see, okay, obviously at reveal they really were hyped at pre-sale all the way to 1 ETH. Then they had a bit of a jump here. They were sitting at 0.65, and now pretty much like the market's doing, it's a bit down. It's quite interesting, the market at the moment, because we haven't seen the same pump that we've seen in the blue chips trickle down to the lower cap ones like we usually do. Maybe we will still see that, but we haven't seen that so far. So the really amazing thing about this project, and the thing that got me excited, and I did purchase one, is the community. Okay, this community is insane. They are very tight knit, and even if you don't want to get into it, I would suggest you go into their community and just see what I'm talking about. But they are one of the most obsessed communities I've ever seen, and like a tight knit group that I've ever seen. Now, we always say that there's a lot of things that are important in a project: team, roadmap, utility, but community is one of those. And our community is a big one, just like team and utility and all of those are. So for me, community, these guys get 10 out of 10, okay? I don't think there's a crazier community around. And the artist of this is Ratwell, and he was already quite famous and had a huge following and a cult-like following before. I wish I could show you more. I mean, look how cool the tie-dye shirt from the 80s. He really was quite known. He's known very well for the memes that he does, his crypto memes. and they also are a CCO project, right? Which means that you've got full commercial rights over your NFTs completely. And we did actually see a pump in CCO projects once Yuga Labs bought CryptoPunks and Meebits, because that was the big thing that Yuga Labs did. And other projects like that are Nouns and Mfers and Cryptoadz. And all of those pumped because of the CCO. And basically, the CCO means you could effectively make a derivative of this and call it your own project. You literally own your NFT and can do whatever you like with it. So that's a bullish thing for this, because it really has been brought to the forefront, the CCO thing, in the last couple of weeks with the whole acquisition. They have said things like future airdrops are on the cards, different collections, and 3D pixel. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I do think it's got space to grow quite drastically. I don't think it's going to be a pump overnight, and obviously this is everything depends on the market. But if the market increases, everything decent will go up the same amount. Don't think it's one of those very short-term flips. It was to begin with. If you minted this, it was a great flip. But we do typically see a consolidation side after the project's about 2 weeks old, which this one is. And then we tend to see real action in the next couple of weeks, months, and around there. But you've got a docs team, and you've got a community going for it, and you've got a lot of people wanting this one to succeed. So, as I said, I did buy into it. I bought one. I didn't go crazy, and it's one that I'm not too obsessed about the floor price. I'm just excited to hold it and be a part of it and see where it goes.
Looks interesting. 20,000's a lot, though. It's
It's a
ambitious,
lot.
but well, if they're in it for the long run, let's see what happens, right?
There's 20,000 mutants.
Yeah, exactly. There's other
Mutant
projects
Days.
that do 20,000, right? So it can be done. And they sold them all. They minted out. It's not like they had an
Yeah,
issue minting out, and they're holding a 0.34 floor. That's pretty good. So
for
yeah,
sure.
good one. The next one is Benji Bananas and the membership pass. So this one launched on March 17th. The pass. The game itself, it's a mobile game. It's been out for some time now on both Android and Apple. But what they've done with this pass is actually enabled the holders of the pass to earn ape ape coin, when they play the game. So just by holding this, and I'm going to assume connecting your wallet through the DApp, you would collect their in-game currency, and then you can exchange it for ape coin. So you're not directly earning ape coin, but it gives you the privilege to exchange that token that other people that don't have the pass that play the game don't actually have. So that's really interesting way to grow your game and provide a play to earn ecosystem. So the game's created by Animoca Brands. We've talked about them before. So it's definitely going to be around for the long term, and they know what they're doing. So it's got the team behind it. There was only 5,000 of them minted, and they minted for 25 ape coins. So it wasn't minted in Ethereum, it was minted in ape, and it was 25. So at the price of ape now, I think that's around $360 total USD, 370, something like that. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of holders. There's only 1.5 thousand out of 5,000 NFTs, but it's got a decent floor price. It's well above what you would have paid for mint. And in terms of activity, it's every couple hours there's a sale. It's not blowing it out of the water, but this is something that where you're betting on the team. right? You're betting on Animoca Brands, you're betting on this game actually getting traction, and then eventually people that see the benefit in playing it and earning ApeCoin, even if you don't want to play it and earn, there's going to be somebody out there that will see that value and will pay the price that you're asking, or hopefully pay the price that you're asking. So there's value there, right? And then, you know, maybe you want to start, maybe the value is actually playing the game. So maybe you want to start actually playing your mobile game every once in a while, giving it to your kids and letting them play and earn for you. The options are endless with this thing. But I like it. I like the idea behind it. The fact that there's just right off the bat, there's a utility for ape, right? It's just bullish all around. So yeah, not financial advice or anything, but I think this is actually probably a good point to be getting in on this before people really do find out what what it is all about. So yeah, Benji Bananas membership pass, guys. It looks pretty good. Do your own research though, as always.
Animoca Brands is everywhere at the moment. It's unbelievable. They were instrumental in Sandbox. They were instrumental in the Bored Ape land side at the moment. So really, really interesting. Now investing in a lot of NFT projects.
And this pass is just the start of their whole plan, right? There's going to be more with it. So definitely something to look out for.
Yeah, for sure. Very interesting. I like that it was the first on ApeCoin. I like that. It shows that the guys are thinking. I don't think it's difficult to achieve that. You can use any currency, that you want on the mint, but they were the first, and it was a great move.
That's going to be I think that's going to be a buzz thing for a little bit in the space. Now accepting ApeCoin, and people will jump into mint, and you don't know what you're minting. You're just minting because it's ApeCoin. But I don't think that's the case with this. I really do think this is a great project. And the fact that Animoca Brands is the ones that brought this, Animoca Brands are working with Bored Ape Yacht Club, Yuga Labs on their metaverse land. There could be some kind of connection here. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to speculate or anything, but could be mint privileges, whitelist privileges. Who knows, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Just because I know a lot of gaming projects that have been announcing recently a partnership with Animoca. So I think they just sort of getting their feet in a lot of doors. I mean, who knows? But the interesting thing is, I do think they'll be pushing ApeCoin on all these projects or advising them to accept it.
Yeah,
as you say, people are going to think it's more bullish than it is. Interesting. I do like the concept, and I like that it's got a big company interested in it and a partnership with them. All right,
we both did it
at the same time. All right, the next one I want to bring you, just because it was a very interesting concept, a novel concept, the way that they went about this. And I wanted to bring it to you and discuss it and dissect it a bit because, as an advisor to projects pre-launch, I find different mechanics very interesting. And I found this one incredibly interesting. And I had never seen anything like this before. So basically, the project is Kaiju Kongs. Okay, and like I always do, I just want to show you the art, if OpenSea will allow me that privilege. There we go. There you get to see some. So yeah, I mean, you get people who really like the pixel art. I'm not a huge fan in general of pixel art, but as far as pixel art goes, this is really cool. I do like it. So yeah, thumbs up from me from this side. The interesting mechanic about this is that they had in their contract a burn mechanism that if you listed on the first day, the day that they minted on the 17th of March, if you listed your NFT for under 0.065, your NFT was burnt. gone. You listed on OpenSea, okay? You don't know, you haven't been in the Discord. So let's just say you buy it on the secondary because you see it's doing quite well. You don't know that this is the mechanic, even though they did have it on their OpenSea. They did, and I think they still do. We'll go look, and they announced it on their Twitter, and they announced it everywhere. But some people might have looked at RC Tools, seen a mint going on, doing quite well, bought into it on the first day. If you listed it under 0.065, boom, gone. Not sold, gone. Your NFT doesn't exist anymore, okay? Then that was raised the next day to 0.08, raised the next day to 0.16, raised the next day to 0.32, and raised the next day to 0.64. Now, the other interest, and then after that, that was completely disabled. So then you can list it whatever you want. So the interesting thing about this also is that if you had listed, let's just say on day one at 0.16 and forgot about it, and then that listing was active on day 3, gone. Your NFT doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so that was really incredibly interesting. And
how many were burnt? Did they say how many were burnt?
Let's see here. So they've taken off here the warning. They did, to their credit, they had a big warning here saying go to our Discord before you list. But I mean, how many people actually look at that? So not much, Morland. It's a great question because the collection size was 3333. And you've got here, it says 3,200. I've sorted by buy now. Let's just unsort and we'll see exactly how many there are. So there was 150 burns, which is not much. You would expect there to be a bit more. I do, I imagine that particular person opening a ticket in that Discord and saying, I'm not
Where's
sure
my NFT? Yeah, my NFT's gone.
and I imagine OpenSea getting a lot of emails as well, saying, my NFT just disappeared. But what's very interesting to me is that it had a very short-term effect, but it did work initially. And that's to be expected, to be honest. But if you look here, when it minted and the mint price was low, it was like, I think 0.05 or something to that effect. If you look here, so remember our cutoff point and up until day 5 was 0.3. So if you look here for the first 1, 2, 3, 4 days, there was the cutoff point there. For 4 days, everyone kept to it. And then everyone thought, F this or whatever, and it just completely dropped, right? So, interesting short-term works. Obviously, being only a week old, it's too early to write this project off just because the floor price is 0.05. I know a lot of really good potential projects that are sitting at 0.05. One of them is Moreland's PFP, Space Punk. Great project, and it's been sitting there consistently, and there's many others. So, we always say give a project a good couple of weeks or months, and they did something really, really interesting. It's going to be a P2E game with their own token to be used in the game, as well as future VX Mint, and a whole lot of other stuff coming up. So, if you like that they were doing something different and thinking out the box, whether it worked or not short term, it's a great project to look at. Not financial advice, but 3,200 items, 2,200 owners. I mean, that's a great percentage over there. It's over 65%. I think it's over 70%.
There wasn't that many listed either, were there?
No items. Right. Let's have a look. I think no, there was 900 if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. 945 listed, which is high.
A third of it almost.
Yeah. So it's just an interesting case study from my perspective. Here's the website. Again, we'll link it. If it's something that interests you, I would suggest checking it out. These pixel projects have often surprised me positively. Because I don't resonate with that type of art. It's only if it really comes on my radar. This one did. I was lucky enough to be on whitelist. I minted and I sold on day 1 quite high. I did quite well, and I'm very seriously considering buying in again, which is what my plan was. For this amount, I would be happy to see where it goes. If gas wasn't 72, I would actually buy it now. We'll see. I'll keep watching it. If gas goes under 30, I'll do it on the show. But yeah, I think at this point, a great one to watch. I like people thinking out the box, and this was definitely very out the box.
For sure. Yeah. Really outside the box thinking on that one. Do you remember when gas would be 72 Gwei and we'd think that was
It was
good?
low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I
Times
do.
are times are changing.
Wow. But it's good to see gas like that. It means there's transactions going on. I've seen Ether's been up a bit.
Yeah, ETH is up.
Um,
It's
so,
good.
yeah, I mean, yeah, looking good.
All right. Next one, another play to earn game with a pixel theme, blockchain bandits. So these guys have another 3,333 collection, so small collection size, 2,000 unique owners, so fairly good ownership count, and they've held a really, really solid floor. Their mint was at 0.088, I believe. So, you've definitely cleared your 2x. You've almost 3x'd. And I don't know. I don't mind the art. Like it is what it is. It's pixel. It's meant for an in-game character, a pixelated game where you'll play to earn their token. They do have a lot of things planned coming. It's interesting to see compared to the previous one we showed that this has been able to hold their floor much better and has been able to increase in sales and holders as post reveal, right? You see the dip, but we're picking up really quickly here, and that's always a good sign. So yeah, I personally, the art is whatever. I like it. It works for what it is, but that's not why you're buying this. You'd be buying into this because of their play to earn opportunity, and I mean, potentially if you wanted to flip, you can flip, right? I think there is a really good opportunity with this one. I don't know that. I know. I mean, if you bought in here on this dip down here, I think that would have been a really good spot to get in. I don't know if now's the time to buy in, but just watch what's going on with this one. Uh, I think with the supply being so low, these larger supply NFTs aren't doing so well, right? The 10,000 um, or even 8,000, 9,000. Those are having a hard time minting out and a hard time sustaining their floor and their activity because it takes so much more buying of the NFT to and unique owners to sustain that. So I do like that there's a small supply on this one. Um, and yeah, just something to keep your eyes on, guys. It's 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 an interesting one to look at. Teams fully doxed. They're developers by trade, so they know what they're doing. And yeah, that their goal is to build this play to earn game that involves DeFi, so it's under that GameFi category. Um, Again, do your own research, check it out. They do have a pretty interesting website, their landing page. Um, Once you're here, this is it. But you would connect your wallet, and I assume once you're connected, it allows you a lot more access if you're a holder. But yeah, one to watch for sure. I like the play to earn. I like the GameFi stuff. It seems to be working in the current NFT meta. So yeah, what are your thoughts
And
on blockchain bandits?
I think, yeah, I like it. I got a little bit turned off. So I was in the Discord when it minted. I also had whitelist. I did my usual, and I actually was going to hold it. And they were all joking. The founders were all joking that it was a rug. They were joking. I just thought it was immature, and I
Mm,
decided to sell there and then. It's
yeah.
like they kept on posting the same thing, like, please rug me already, I can't take it, and laughing and thinking it was funny. I didn't find it so funny. Maybe I'm too old and not a kid anymore, and that doesn't serve me well. Maybe that's type of community that they have, and they're happy with that, and the people inside are happy. But yeah, I wasn't so happy. I did really nicely. I think I 5x or something silly. But I was going to hold it long term because I was quite bullish, and that just turned me off. But again, I mean, maybe I'm being super sensitive. I don't know. I'm just easy. I'm easy to get turned off these days. I'm very quick to
Yeah.
jump out of projects.
Well, you took your
So,
profits and ran, which is never a bad thing.
but I was
Right.
very bullish. I think it's got huge potential, and they were very excited. Their mint went incredibly well, to their defense, and so be it. But yeah, it really, really wasn't that funny to me. So unfortunately, that was my experience. But up until then, I haven't even looked into it again. So yeah, I do think that I do think that they're a notable project, and I think they're worth watching for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, maybe not at this price, but yeah, one to keep an eye on.
What were they sitting at? I was just reading something. What were they sitting at?
Quarter ETH 0.25.
They went all the way to half a ETH. I mean, look, who knows?
Yeah, if they
Who knows?
recover to that, yeah. I'm just going, based off a gut feeling, really. That's it.
Oh,
So
is that yours?
there you go. There we go. We got you on.
Awesome. So the next one that we are talking about is Hero Galaxy. They minted for 0.0699 something. So let's just say 0.07. They're doing incredibly, incredibly well at a half a ETH floor price. 5,600 items, 2,000 owners. Would like to see that being higher. That is quite low. But it also might mean that the whales are holding, which could be a bullish sign. But yeah, that has room to improve for sure. But that floor price is incredible, especially in this market, and it's been sitting here for quite a while. You've got good volume traded for new projects. These guys claim to be, and I'm sure they wouldn't claim it if they weren't, to be the biggest project on NFT Worlds. And you know me, I'm like, if I could change my name, I would change it to NFT Worlds. I'm a big fan. I'm actually a big fan of a lot of metaverse projects at the moment. Other ones that I'm very into is Metaverse. They're doing incredible things. They recently had their blockout drop, which was very interesting. But I actually, when NFT Worlds were just before their second token drop, when they went all the way to 20 ETH, I specifically looked for metaverse projects, and we did that video that we must link, Morland, with all the notable NFT World projects, because yeah, I'm quite bullish on it. So that caught my attention. The other thing that NFT Worlds has done recently is they've created a Know Your Customer, that anyone who owns an NFT World, any project that owns an NFT World, has the option to do a KYC with them so that they can put them on their website as a verified project. Because what happened was, there was a project that minted recently. I actually don't know the name, but they bought an NFT World. They tweeted that they bought an NFT World, and they did, and that they were going to be building, and NFT Worlds retweeted it. Now, obviously, you've got someone on Twitter. They could have done a bit of okay, yes, he owns this world, and it ended up being a rug pull. And after that, obviously that makes NFT Worlds look a bit bad. And after that, they said, hold on, no, we got to do something. And like NFT Worlds does, they're very quick to put things in place. So they now have something called a verified list, which you can get from their Discord or from their website. And if we look here, and so I would suggest any NFT project that you buying into, because you like the fact that you can earn a world token, or that it's being built on NFT Worlds, I would go to this and I would look into this to make sure that they're on this list and that they are verified. And if you scroll down here, you do have Hero Galaxy here on the list as verified. Sorry, it's hard to highlight on this particular sheet. And you see here, yes, it's a NFT Worlds exclusive. And anything listed on here, when it says a verified date, is obviously verified, the 19th of the 3rd. This was released very recently. They only released this document about 3 or 4 days ago. So again, it's just a layer of protection. It doesn't mean necessarily, that 100% that it's okay, but it does mean that NFT Worlds knows who the owners are. And very interesting, just before the show, I saw that two founders who had previously intentionally rugged, well, apparently, have been charged by the Justice Department. They haven't yet been found guilty, but they will have to appear in court. And we actually put a notice on our Discord, the upcoming project, Embers. If you were thinking of minting, don't, because those are the two founders, and they will now have to answer for a previous project that they allegedly rugged on. And I actually jumped into the Discord just before this and then left because people are not happy. Like, people are posting disgusting emojis, and so it's gone wild. It's gone absolutely crazy. But I think it's quite bullish for the space. This is the first time I've heard of action being taken. I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but I hope that it leads to a warning to other people in the space who just think that they can do what they want. And let's see what happens. So I think that's quite bullish. So just to jump back to Hero Galaxies, they own a lot of NFT worlds. I don't know exactly how many. They claim to be the biggest project on NFT worlds, and they are going to be doing. Sorry, let's go back here. They're going to be doing a play to earn game where you can earn the world token, and then you get different artifacts that you can use and that you win, and by doing different gameplays, and you can then equip your heroes with those artifacts as armory, and then you'll be able to. So they say, yeah, let's just read it because they say better examples of artifacts within the armory. I hate these PDF. Click to expand will help me a lot. Boom. All right. So let's just go back to where I was. So Hero Battle Planets will also host multiple live in-game competitions. Each hero will have 5 slots, which will equip various artifacts. Examples of artifacts include, but are not limited to, spaceships, swords, armor, amulets, wands, and crowns. Then they just show you the background, and then they're going to have different battles of planets. So I imagine different NFT worlds are going to be different planets, and then you'll be like, your character will be a member of, let's just say, this tribe or planet, and then there'll be a big battle between the 2 planets or the 5 planets or whatever, 2 at a time, and obviously, the people who win will get a better reward, and so on and so forth. They've got a PvE world, a Colosseum world, a Battle Royale world, and 7 additional battle planets, which they haven't yet said exactly what they're going to be doing with them. So quite a substantial investment into the metaverse space through NFT worlds. And remember, NFT worlds, like we've said before, are massive. Each one is massive. So to have 1, 2, 3, at least 10 is huge, right? And they're actually planning on using them. Most people build their game on one. They've already built 1, 2, 3 different worlds with 7 additional ones in the making. They're going to create their own ERC20 token for staking, and they've got a hang of a lot going on here. So I do recommend, I'm not going to read the whole white paper to you. I do recommend that if you are interested in this, you do look through it. I do want to just show you the price action because, like I was saying, it has held so nicely, but it does make a difference to see it in the chart. So just remember, most projects are dumping at the moment, like, to be quite honest. And here you can see they were released on the 12th of February, which is actually my birthday. And they had a slow start and then reached all the way to 0.7, all the way to 0.8, and have been nicely keeping this line of above 0.5 since. So there's definitely a lot of positives going on here. Small collection size, again, really could improve on that, but very interesting project, and one that I also bought into at this mark, and am excited to see what they deliver in the future.
Looks like anything that's already holding NFT worlds and building on them, that's bullish for me. Like,
yeah,
we're both get really excited over that NFT worlds ecosystem, and to have that many and to be building on it already, all good signs. for sure.
Yeah, and they were quick to KYC, which I like. I really do, especially with what's going on out there. At least NFT Worlds knows who these people are, and that makes a big difference. And people really shouldn't underestimate the value of that.
For sure. Yeah. All right, last one for today. We brought you guys this a couple weeks ago, Kabatsu Mecha. They sold out very quickly. It was a very expensive mint price, 0.3 mint price. And they launched on the 17th of March. So it was a small supply. There was only 2,222 of these. But each one it's the Genesis collection. So this is getting you into the ecosystem for Kabatsu and more to come. So minted at 0.3. I think it sold out in maybe like 12 hours, maybe a bit less. And yeah, so you're looking at the 1.6 thousand unique holders. So good holder distribution for a 2,000 piece collection. Floor price is sitting at 0.45, so above mint price. Always nice to see. And it's only been out for a week. Literally launched a week ago. So to hold that is really good. It did get to quite a decent price before reveal. It was trading above 1 ETH before reveal, and you always get that post reveal dip. But I don't think this is one that you'd necessarily worry about if you're planning to hold this long term. People like the art, obviously. They're willing to hold. There's not a whole lot listed. I think there's about 500 listed for sale. And like I said, it gets you your ticket into the whole ecosystem that's going to be built by Sloppy J. We spoke about him and his past work in our first video on Kabatsu, so we'll link that here if you want to check it out. But basically, you're betting on Jerry and his ability as an artist, as an animator, and what he's trying to build in the NFT space. So I think in terms of a buy-in price right now, this, to me, I don't see it going any lower than this. But again, never financial advice. Do your own research into the project. But I love the art. I love the moving GIF style. I love the different characters and their different mechas. Each mecha is very unique. Different screens. I personally, I tried to get in on this at the
Let's
mint,
see the frog
but I
one. I
couldn't.
want to see
Which
that
frog?
froggy one.
Which
Go
one?
down a
This one?
bit.
Which one?
There, there,
This
there.
guy? This guy?
Yeah.
With the
Looks a bit
ramen
like
sign?
Kermit.
Oh, come on, OpenSea. Here we go.
Make it bigger. Make it bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this. Yeah,
I just like seeing stuff that's different. I mean,
for sure.
I really do. The other thing that's interesting to me, and definitely something worth watching, is we do find that metas repeat themselves, right? So it tends to go in waves, and there are these metaverse meta game, like we're currently in the P2E meta, artist meta. So this is, in my mind, an art project more than anything else.
Yeah.
Excuse
Well,
me.
if because it has that Genesis title, like, I mean, that's a bit buzzwordy now. Everyone's using Genesis for whatever. If they fail to
Yeah.
mint their whole collection, they'll call it a Genesis collection or something. So, like, that doesn't get me excited. Just knowing that their plan as a Genesis collection for this is to expand on this project. I think, it's, for me, it's kind of a no-brainer when it comes from a good artist, a good community. Yeah, it's not just a failed project that decided to call itself a Genesis. It's
Yeah, and then
actually,
what we tend to see is that these metas stick together. and it's sort of like they, so all art projects tend to do collabs together, and we do know that there's good relationships with DK Verse here, and various
Mhm.
other notable artists, but you do, because you maybe know other artists from other things in the past, and you find, so what's happening with all the art projects that are coming out, like even Loveless City recently is an art project, various others, that there's this army growing of art projects, and I really do think that they're gonna collaborate all of them together nicely and properly, and could help deliver value to the floor price, because typically we do see art projects tend to struggle. The first one that was on my radar was Creature World, back in
Right.
the day,
Yeah.
and they went all the way to 3.5 ETH, and they've really, unfortunately, and I'm not saying they're dead, but unfortunately they've been slowly bleeding. They're now at zero point 0.7. And as I say, Danny is doing everything he can, and he's got a lot of stuff coming, and they could go to 3 ETH again. But we do find these art projects struggle. Galaxy Eggs, which I've mentioned before, and I love the art, really struggling. So you can't look at a snapshot now and say, okay, they're going to struggle forever. Things could happen. They could end up being 5 ETH tomorrow. You never really know.
Right.
But I do hope that these art projects do collaborate together, and you do cross giveaways, do collections together, and really become a force to be reckoned with. Because I love art projects. I just wish that they would do well, long term.
And there's gonna look, NFTs haven't been around that long. Like, there's gonna always be ups and downs and waves and projects and different hypes and like, but at the end of the day, if it is a like what you would consider an art project over a PFP project, you're really buying like people that buy real art, like physical art, aren't buying it to flip it next week.
Yeah.
They're buying it to hold for 10, 20, 30 years, right? So, like, take that how you will, I guess,
But
right?
art like art on the wall is an established, safe investment,
Yeah, but
right?
what I'm saying is if you're buying an art project like Galaxy Eggs or even Kabatsu Mecha, you could consider that sort of a moving art piece. Like, it's not a PFP. Uh
Mm.
it might, I don't know. I don't know what you
Might
would,
end up
it's
being,
art. It's art in its own way, right?
yeah.
So you're buying it because you're thinking it's long term going to be a good hold, or you just, and because you like it, right? You want to show it off. Like,
But what's nice to
personally,
see,
I'd love to show, like, I'd love this frog guy. I'd love that. I'd
yeah,
love
I
to
do
have
like
him,
the
and
frog guy.
I'd love to show him off.
what,
Uh,
what we are seeing, which is nice with both Kiyobatsu Mecha and Loveless City, is that these art projects are starting to get people to offer utility and roadmaps and all the rest also. So I'm definitely seeing that, and it's exciting for me. I hope it continues, because I love art projects. I really
yeah.
do.
Well, we can talk about this one tomorrow, right? Because we've got our
Yeah.
Freestyle Friday. We got to
But it's
wrap up.
happening. It's happening tonight. The X
It is.
copy, hey.
It is. Yeah, it's happening tonight. Like,
But you
right
gotta
now, I
pay.
think 4:30 is one of the mints. 4:30 Eastern is one.
Is it a raffle? You got to pay
I'm.
$1 or something to raffle, and the
I
more
don't know
tickets
how
you
it's
have.
working. I don't know how it's
Yeah.
working. I just
I
know it's
listen.
coming up soon.
Let me give you some financial advice, which is not financial advice. If you can get into X copy, get into it.
Mm.
He is well known in the space, very well known. He's got notable stuff, collections already at huge floor prices. It's a nifty gateway. I must look more into it. It's obviously on my radar, but I haven't looked enough into it. I think you need a good ETH or two
You need a
in
good.
raffle
You need a bit of
to
money to get into
to
it.
have a
Yeah.
chance. I will look into it, but yeah, I mean, definitely a no-brainer if you can. Definitely a no-brainer for sure, for sure. So, what is tomorrow? You were saying something about tomorrow.
Freestyle Friday.
Freestyle Fridays. Can't
You
wait.
know. Yeah.
I do know.
We
I'm
just chill.
looking
We
forward.
take the viewers' questions. We hang out and we talk NFTs. It's a great
Yeah,
day.
for sure. You see Dickinson saying here, About the Frosty devs. Yeah, we actually spoke about it in this show a little bit.
We just talked
Um,
about it.
yeah, if we did say to anyone, if you were planning on minting embers, do not mint embers. But anyone who goes in that Discord right now will see that something has happened. It's gone absolutely crazy. Yeah, so Freestyle Friday, we do a little bit of what we're doing now. We just chat to you guys, the audience. There's no agenda. So please do tune in tomorrow, 9:30 CEST. Freestyle Fridays is both Morland and my favorite episodes. We just, like chatting and seeing where the show goes. So that's tomorrow. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I see we have some Facebook users here. We do stream to Twitch and Facebook and all the rest, but our main channel is YouTube, and we do giveaways on YouTube. All our links are on YouTube properly. So if you haven't already, I would suggest highly that if you're watching us on other platforms, great, but also subscribe to us on YouTube, because that is where you're going to be able to get the best value. And also, if you haven't already come through to our Discord, we'd love to have you. And yeah, from my side, everyone, thank you for joining us, and I really look forward to tomorrow. Maybe we'll go a little bit longer tomorrow, Morland.
Yeah, we'll just go
Yeah,
all night long. Why not?
we can. Look, we can, as long as I can have like a wee break every 4 hours.
You need to have a water bottle under your desk, and you need to pee in the bottle.
No, I'm not do like a car racer. Get a nappy, a diaper.
Yeah, a diaper. Yeah, you're gonna have to get some Depends. You're not
Because I
leaving that
remember,
chair.
I think 2 weeks ago we went for almost 2 hours
It was a
on
long
Freestyle
one, yeah.
Friday.
We had a lot of
Yeah,
questions, a lot of people coming through with good questions, projects they wanted us to look at. Yeah, it's always a fun time, Fridays.
for sure. For sure, for sure. So, guys, we're going to love and leave you. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow, 9:30 CEST.
See you guys.
Cheers, guys.